All right, bros, man. I think it's time for me to take a second look at the bottom of Deepborn Cleft.
Oh, and I will throw
Owl.
Owl after him.
Owl, let's do this.
Okay.
Bros, 2 birds,
Just go!
one cleft. Let's go.
Wait, what about the stone?
All right, let's dial it in.
When last?
All right, it's Point of Order, our weekly discussion of the D&D 5e rules, occasionally interrupted by some actual role-playing. This is episode 10, number 10 of our campaign, All the Time in the World. So without further ado, let's jump right in. When last we left our intrepid adventurers, the party had traversed the wilds of the Broken Waste in an effort to locate the lair of Larthakia in Deepborn Cleft. She was supposedly the last known survivor of the destruction wrought by pending judgment. And the Dragonborn sorceress may have left behind some clues regarding the Chronomaticum, a powerful artifact of the Draconis Imperium said to control the flow of time and sought after by a group known as Inevitable Night. After a random encounter with some traveling merchants from the Macraws, a manticore and its orc minions, and some stone creatures, a terrible storm swept over the party as they reached the edge of the massive canyon. And we pick up now where we left off, with the winds howling, the thunder crashing, and sheets of rain pelting the party as they figure out their next steps. All right, what do you all do?
I would like to turn to Rory and say, Rory, what would you like to do?
Oh, I'm gonna pop out Owl.
All right, Owl bursts out in a flurry of feathers and arcane spark. Oh, Roar, wonderful to see you. Oh, and he instantly gets drowned by like sheets of water that are just pouring down on top of him. He's having trouble kind of keeping flight with the winds blowing. He just gets blown to the ground. And he's like starts skidding away like maybe 10, 15 feet.
What? Oh no, I'll go pick this guy up and cover him with the arms a little bit.
Okay, sure.
That's how crazy the wind is right now?
Yeah, it's really bad. You guys have to yell at each other to hear each other. Yeah.
Lucius is using a classic or Aarakocra wing shield. So to kind of like shield and provide an umbrella. So
put it up. Oh yeah, I want to check in with Owl and go and let I'm gonna let him know that we fought these rock monsters, and when this wind dies down, I'm gonna need him to keep an eye out for us, because we gotta, we need some heads up, some eyes open. But I mean, okay. Owl, you always miss the fights, man.
If I follow wild shapes into a gigantic frog again. And because he's a Ghostwise halfling, he can just speak telepathically. So you can hear him clearly in your minds whenever he talks.
Mm-hmm.
He says,
okay. How many wild shapes? How many wild shapes do you have?
Do we take a short rest? I have 2.
You have not taken a rest yet. The previous battle just ended.
Mm-hmm. Did I change back? No. Let me see. Nope, so no wild shape. So I'm just soaking wet as a halfling.
Okay.
Underneath my legs.
Wishing I was a frog.
So I'd like to make my way over to the carcass of the rock monster that Lucius slayed, and check it out and see what I find.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check as you examine the remains of this creature.
That is a natural 4. Sorry, no, it's really a natural 2 for a 4.
Natural 2 for 4. So the creature, upon having its life force drained from it, basically was reduced to a pile of rubble and rock. and clods of earth and dirt and tufts of skygrass kind of sticking out of it. It doesn't seem to have any possessions on it, and has certainly lost its physical form.
Okay, I reach down and I grab some of the mud and I hold it up in the water and I say, "Hey guys, I found something!" As the rain pours through the mud and just kind of, dissolves it until I'm grasping just a few shreds of grass.
Yes, as you're holding it up, it kind of just like dissolves in your hand, leaving just like a few strands of skygrass. And when you notice that it's really not anything, it makes itself apparent.
Raj, are we in the Deepborn Cleft right now?
No, you are at the edge. You're at the lip of Deepborn Cleft, where those rock monsters kind of emerged from, or that rock monster emerged from the ground, sort of summoned a couple of its friends, and this all happened at the edge, essentially, as you were kind of heading towards it. Yeah.
Bros, this storm is not bueno. We should probably find some cover, man. Raj, I want to look around for cover.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check as you scan the area.
17, bro.
17, bro. What you find is actually not a lot of cover afforded in this area. The massive stones that were kind of floating in the air might offer a little bit of cover, but the winds are kind of blowing the rain almost horizontally at this point, and so it's going to be very difficult to find anything. And you're not quite sure how long you might have to wait out the storm.
I was going to ask, can I get a sense of the storms?
Yeah, go ahead and make either a nature or a survival check.
Can I help him with the survival check?
Yeah, how do you help him?
I said I've traveled many storms as I traveled this land. This one seems unnatural. And I flicked his finger in the air, and he starts his druidic concentration.
Okay.
This is a mighty storm.
All right, go ahead and roll with advantage.
A mighty wind, you might say.
Yeah, it didn't help.
I just like both my little fingers, and I hold them up, kind of like a tuning fork.
You said nature?
Or survival, whichever you prefer.
I prefer survival, and it's 11.
Okay. Yeah, difficult to ascertain at this point. Right now,
with advantage, 11 with advantage.
Yeah. I rolled a 7 and a 5. Not great.
Not great. So not terrible. You look up above at the sky, and you see like these flashes of purple lightning, kind of momentarily illuminating the landscape in this sort of lavender glow. And all you see around you is just dark sky everywhere. These roiling black thunderclouds, thick like oil, and there is no end in sight. It's very difficult to tell.
My friends, my bros, we need to figure out some place to stay, because this storm.
We can try and start climbing down into Deepborn Cleft, but do you want to go into a big hole in the ground when there's lots of rain?
The smart bear is right. Let's go down the water hole.
Oh, okay, let's do it. I'm gonna keep Owl just like nestled in my, just like in the arm. I'm not letting him go.
Okay,
I'm trying to protect him.
Yeah. So as you do that, Owl is extremely uncomfortable. Roar. You could also just dismiss me back.
I'm gonna keep you safe. I'm gonna keep you safe. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry.
Okay. All right.
Raj, do I have any difficulty flying in this?
Yeah, so you attempted to take wing during the battle before and found that you were unable to, so you were kind of knocked
Is
back.
The wind or the rain or yes?
It's yes.
Okay.
It's mostly the wind. The wind at this point would kind of, you could certainly try, but you'd have some trouble trying to maintain control.
Okay. Bros, I'm not loving this situation, bros.
Well, let's move down then.
Yeah, we can start trying to climb down.
So you go down to the edge of Deepborn Cleft, and what you see before you is a massive rift in the earth. To describe it again, stretching about, well, it's dark now, so it's kind of hard to tell, but before you saw it kind of stretch for at least a mile in each direction. It's about 100 feet across, but the gloom of the storm has kind of obscured the other side. when you look down, what you can see sort of immediately before you, those of you with dark vision anyway, can see there that the slopes or the walls of this rift kind of slope downward rather gently at first, but then look like they kind of end and then just go into a straight dive. So it looks like you could kind of descend a little bit before you might need to climb or make some physical effort to climb down.
Raj, Roar will walk up to the edge and see if this works here. Concentrate, mutter to himself, cast his hand out, and cast bonfire on the ground a bit far in front of him. The spell says, I create a bonfire on the ground that I can see within range, 60 feet or so. So I'm just 60 feet ahead on the ground. It's a magical bonfire for a minute to see if we're just trying to scout ahead. So instead of having to send someone ahead, we'll use that, and hopefully that can, brighten up visibility.
Yeah, definitely. Does the spell say anything about being affected by water?
Until the spell ends, the magic bonfire fills a 5-foot cube.
Okay, good enough. Yeah, so as you go through the throes of spell casting, a small mote of flame emits from your hand, kind of cascades forward a little bit, and just erupts into a massive flame that kind of illuminates the area. And so the rest of you can kind of see now over the lip of the canyon, this sort of sloped, rocky descent before it kind of turns straight downward. And go ahead and make a perception check. It would have been with disadvantage, but I'll say you can go ahead and make a regular perception check now because of the bonfire.
It's with the great -2. That's a 3.
3.
Anyone else want to look around?
I will also look around.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all doing this. Come on.
Sure.
13, bro.
13. Okay. Anyone else?
16.
16. All right. So
is mine with disadvantage because I don't
19.
have dark vision?
No, I got the fire up.
No, the light is helping. The bonfire is helping. And sorry, Smiles, what did you get?
19.
19. So Smiles, you notice. All of you, Smiles, you notice that as the ground, as the cliff edge sort of slopes downward a little bit at a roughly sort of we'll say like maybe a little bit more like maybe a 50-degree angle. It looks incredibly wet. There are like rivulets of water sort of cascading down as they're sort of pooling at the top and then sort of flowing downward in like a myriad number of little waterfalls. It looks like it could be very slippery.
Yeah. This doesn't seem like a great idea. I think we're going to have to wait this out, boys. It's just going to be a rough night.
Okay. Rory, why don't you, magic us, a little bit of a place to stay?
It's not really what I do, but I light stuff on fire mostly.
Great. If you can make a fire dome for us to stab in.
Bros, man, like old Aarakocra way. Find the high ground, pitch tent. That's what we need to do.
Let's do it.
Simple as can be. Let's go back up. Let's find a little rock. Some high, some dry.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, so sorry, what exactly are you looking for at this point? Or what are you trying to do?
Right, I said high and dry.
There is nothing dry in the vicinity.
But there were floating rocks. They were pretty decently sized. If we took shelter underneath one of them, do we not get pelted by water?
Oh well, I mean the wind is also blowing the water kind of like sideways, right? So it is.
I'm more thinking something that doesn't get flooded very easily. So like a higher point where it's less likely to get flooded.
Yeah, you could certainly try to climb to the tops of some of these floating stones. Some of them are relatively close by and somewhat closer to the ground. I'll say that you can probably get 2 of you on one stone and 2 of you on another.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's no stone that's big enough for all of us?
No, not that you can see nearby.
Okay.
We're just gonna wait.
But it would probably be like maybe 20, 30 feet apart.
Okay. We can't sleep in this rain. Is that right? And what time of day is it?
It is actually good question. I believe you had just sort of arrived around midday, so it's actually, even though it looks like it's practically midnight, it's probably like early afternoon at this point.
Would we be able to short rest through one of these?
This rain is maddening.
I will say that
sleep when I'm wet.
You can certainly try to short rest, but it will. You're just standing out here. It makes it very difficult at this point.
Let's move down, please. It's taking long enough. This rain. Can you hear me through the rain? Let me talk telepathically.
All right. I mean, do you want to try and climb down? Anyone have any rope?
I've got rope in my bag.
Okay. Let's make it happen.
Do I have
the
rope?
way of the wind?
I do have rope. I have a hemp rope. How far down is this? I have 50 feet rope.
Yeah, so it looks like it's about like 30 feet or so of that descent, and then it goes straight down beyond that. But you haven't been to the edge, so you can't see how far down or where.
Is there something for us to...
I take a torch, and Valfire just lights it with his hand. He produces flame on the torch.
Okay.
And just tosses it over the edge.
I'm actually just gonna fly down.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. I grab him. I said, "Don't."
Lucius is like he slips out and then
he does the fallback.
Hovers and no, he's not doing anything acrobatic. He's just hovering and then slowly hovering down.
Okay. Are you trying to stop him from doing this physically, or are you just letting him go? Bellfire.
I have no, don't, bird person, don't go.
All right, with your half-hearted effort, go ahead and make a half-hearted grapple check, either athletics or acrobatics, and then make an opposed check with Lucius if you're trying to escape his clutches.
Well,
15.
Acrobatics or athletics? Which one?
You can choose.
Either one, your preference.
It's either a 20 or a 23. So
okay. So as you grab onto him, he just does a quick flick of the wrist and extricates himself from your grasp.
He goes like this, and then dips down, just falls down into the ravine.
Okay. Lucius, I need you to make an athletics check as you attempt to avoid being
19, Raj. 19, Raj. 19.
All right, 19. So you dive off, and at first the wind is fierce and blows you off course, but you do manage to right yourself, and you are flapping your wings as hard as you can to try to maintain your balance and maintain direction, but you do manage to stay the course. Where do you want to go?
Imagine that what they hear is
yes. Yes.
I want to attempt to ascertain, scout the area, what's down here. Is there a good path for them to traverse down? Is there shelter down here? That's kind of the three things I'm looking for.
Okay. So you descend into the canyon, into Deepborn Cleft, and as you fly downward, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Ooh. 7. With
the rain pelting you directly in the face, and you're using all of your strength to try to keep aloft and maintain your course, it's very difficult to concentrate on what's going on around you, so you don't really see anything. You do notice that as the cliff kind of comes to an angle and then goes straight down, there are a lot of rocky handholds, perches, little cracks and crevices that could allow for somebody to climb down potentially, but you also see a lot of running water just flowing down into Deepborn Cleft too, so it could be a little bit hazardous.
So I imagine I'm kind of doing a circle down. Don't see anything of value at the bottom, right? Hey! And I'm just gonna try to get back up to the party.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check to try to fly back.
I'm sorry, Raj. This is only an 18.
Only an 18. All right. Well, unfortunately, the DC was 23, so you've... I'm just kidding. So you managed to make it back up to the party without too much issue. At one point, there is a gust of wind that almost hurtles you straight into the canyon wall, but you managed to catch an updraft and right yourself and pop back up and you land rather acrobatically in front of the party.
I'm imagining that there's like a lot of me like being like a surfer, like, whoa, that was awesome. Oh man, totally. Oh, whoa. Like that's what if they heard like echoing off through the storm.
Yeah, so I'll say you definitely hear Lucius before you see him arrive, and as he lands in front of you, he kind of like slicks back his already wet sort of mohawk plumage, and he has like this look of exhilaration on his face.
Bros, that was tubular. Totally.
What do we got down there, bud?
Nothing. Like, I went down there, bros, and like lots of running water going down, some handholds. If you're lucky, you can get down there. Couldn't really scout out anything down there.
Speak up, I can't hear you through the wind.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue using my same tone of voice because I don't believe in yelling. But like, just totally, not really anything value.
Stay for me. Stay for me.
Yeah, man, I'm saying for you, man. This is what I'm doing, man. So like, yeah, we can make it down there. Not gonna be awesome for you. Kind of hard for me. Okay, so.
How far down for the fall?
Raj, how was it?
You couldn't really see below. It just kind of expanded into darkness down below you, so you couldn't really see the bottom.
Wait, didn't I go down at the bottom?
No, you did not go to the bottom. You went, let's say maybe you went down like 50 feet or so.
Sorry. Okay. All right.
You could have tried to go down to the bottom if you want.
It's too late. Bros, man, didn't make it down there. It was gnarly. Like I was like riding this one wind gust, and
I'm telling you,
and the sheets of wind were hitting me, and I was like, "Whoa, it's awesome!" You should have been there.
Let's wait it out, boys.
Oh yeah,
wait it out where though?
Wait it out.
Just right here?
Yeah, just in the I mean, like, you know what? What, you never slept outside before in the rain? Let's just a little bit of rain and wind.
I am an actor. I would never sleep outside.
You I mean, what do you? We've been camping a lot, bud. It's just what we do for a living.
Yes, that's me acting. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm quite good at it. Yes, friend, and you're quite wise. I know you noticed.
Yeah, need to find shelter.
Yeah, Gene. We're just hanging out under these rocks, I think, that are floating.
All right, I think if we were to tie Lucius's wings to these here structures, we could fashion some kind of shelter.
Lucius is already at like one of the rocks that's like way above them, like kind of like nestled up like a little bird, like perched on top.
Okay. Yeah, I'll bring Valfire in and just kind of shelter him and try and keep him dry. Owls on the other hand.
Okay. So you guys are trying to take a long rest of this, or you're just waiting for the storm to pass? Okay.
Can we long rest?
You can certainly try.
It's like midday, right?
It's midday, and it's gonna be very difficult to try to get a rest in at this point. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to rest comfortably at this point.
All right. So what I'll say is I will be perched on one of the higher rocks, floating rocks, trying to scout out, but not long resting. Just embracing how like terrible the conditions are, man. This is just like what nature throws at you. You just gotta embrace it.
Yeah. All right. So you guys try to wait the storm out. Go ahead and make a perception check for me at disadvantage. Here's watch.
After he does that, I have one thing I'd like to try.
Sure.
12.
Okay. Go ahead, Valfire.
Here's what I like to do. I'd like to. I can shape water, and then I can freeze it with 5-foot cubes, and I can have 3 of them. And once I freeze the water, provided there's no creatures, the water will unfreeze in 1 hour, so it's magically frozen. So what I'd love to do is take that rock and create a lean-to by casting magic to like freeze the water to kind of provide an outcropping that protects us for at least an hour.
Oh man, I love magic.
Okay. All right, interesting. So as you kind of find some shelter, maybe like a small area against a boulder that offers you protection on one or two sides.
Yeah, exactly.
You cast shape water, and the sheets of water that are just pouring down on you, you manage to kind of create like an ice shield essentially, and try to stave off most of it. The problem you're facing is that the ice is melting in the rain more rapidly than would be allowed by the spell, so you keep having to recast it rather frequently. So at this point, I will say that the rest of the party could probably get in a short rest, but you wouldn't be able to because you'd be continuously casting.
I think that's fine.
Okay, so the rest
I'll
of you
reach up and slap a light just on the bottom of the boulder there.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so the rest of you can get a short rest in as Valfire continues to maintain the icy shield of protection over you, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and it is approximately, let's see, the better part of the day goes by as the storm clouds start to abate just a bit. The rain seems not quite so heavy and falling down sort of more in vertical in a vertical form rather than kind of blowing at you horizontally. The wind has died down considerably, and you can see small cracks in the clouds revealing the night sky. There are distant rolls of thunder as the storm continues its way towards the south, leaving this area slowly, almost reluctantly, but it has cleared up a considerable amount, about 7 hours after you start. You start waiting.
We've been waiting for 7 hours.
So it's into the evening at this point.
So just as a point of order, during our short rest, I have something I'd like to do.
Sure.
So as we kind of hunker down in this makeshift shelter, Smiles begins to sing, "In a world where dreams take flight, a bugbear, halfling, and bird of height, under moonlight sky so clear, they find comfort in the night so dear." And it's my song of rest, so that we can all get some extra healing in.
Oh, very good, very good. So it's what, a D6 that you get to.
Yes, that'll be an extra D6. One extra D6 hit points if you are spending a hit dice.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very good.
Paul doesn't get it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Valfire does not get the short rest in.
Okay.
He's got good berries on good berries.
His good berries got good berries.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm going to short rest myself.
All right,
And-
very good.
That's good.
Okay. Yeah. What do you all do?
So the rain is still going, but it's
We're in the dissipating phase of the thunderstorm.
Yes, it's lessened quite a bit. The wind is not quite so bad. Visibility is still low, but also it's nighttime now. Legit
not
nighttime.
nighttime.
Yeah.
All right, bros, man. I think it's time for me to take a second look at the bottom of Deepborn Cleft.
Oh, and I will throw
Owl.
Owl after him.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Bros, 2 birds,
Just go!
1 cleft. Let's go.
Wait, what about the stone?
All right. Go ahead and well, the wind has kind of died down, so you're able to launch yourself over the edge and fly down. Owl flies after you, and you make your way down below. Go ahead and give me perception check, still with disadvantage because it's nighttime.
Straight roll for Owl because he gets advantage.
Sure.
Yep.
6.
6. Okay.
How does that work? 6.
17.
17 for Owl. Okay. As you're kind of flying downward, kind of spiraling down, you notice that it's very difficult to see still with with the rain still pouring down. But you, Lucius, you see Owl kind of flapping in front of your face and hoo 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 excitedly at you.
Bro, man, you're right. I totally don't see anything. Should we go back?
He flies off towards the wall, sort of in a downward arc. And he stops, flies back up in for your face, hoo hoo hoo, and then flies back downward again.
All right, he follows him.
Okay.
He kind of knows the bird signal for like idiot. This way.
That's right. So as he flies downward, you follow him, and you reach a point in the wall of the canyon where you see a tiny cave entrance on a landing, just maybe about 60, 70 feet down from the lip of the canyon. This cave is interesting because it's got a set of stairs that look to have been carved into the rock, sort of snaking above and kind of going in a switchback pattern up the canyon wall. But you can see that at some point an avalanche of some kind has crushed the stairs, and they only go maybe about 10, 15, 20 feet up from the landing itself. That same avalanche probably caused the destruction of the right side of the cavern, as on the left side you can see that there is a plainly bolted into the stone wall an empty torch sconce.
Okay. Alley bro, man. Go up there and tell Rory what we see here. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna light a torch right here, man. Wait for everyone to come down.
Okay. You enter. You alight on the landing and walk into the cave, which as soon as you enter, like, you know, it shields you from the rain, and for the first time in many hours, you kind of just like shake yourself off and you know, try to dry yourself a little bit, protected from the
elements.
elements.
He's even like, after he lights the torch, he's like taking his like monk robes off and like wringing them out because they're just soaking wet.
Sure, yeah. So in the distance, you hear like the roll of thunder. You see the occasional flash of lightning, kind of revealing the inside of the cave. And as your eyes adjust to the gloom, you see before you a long hallway of worked stone stretching into the darkness. The walls bear remnants of magical runes carved into the sides that provide a dim sort of illumination, yet some of them seem to be flickering chaotically, casting the hallway in an eerie sort of strobe effect. And you hear the occasional or you see the occasional like flicker of sparks and the occasional like bzz, 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 as the runes kind of flicker in and out. The floor is thick with dust and broken rocks, and you can hear the howling winds from you know, Deepborn Cleft itself kind of funneling into the tunnel, creating this sort of constant drone inside this hallway that you're in.
That's from the wind or the rain?
The wind coming, like blowing into the tunnel.
Okay, so Lucius will...
So we'll pause there for 1 second. Owl flies back up to rejoin the party, and once within range, you can hear mentally roar in your mind. Roar! It's like it starts off very quietly and sort of picks up in mid. Actually, it sort of picks up in mid conversation as he just comes into range and he's shouting it, you know, mentally at you. And there was a cave, and we saw an entrance, and it was very dark and mysterious. Roar! Oh, please do be careful going down. It's about 60 feet below, and I think you will need some sort of aid to descend.
Do you see some handholds and stuff?
There are handholds indeed, but with the water cascading down over the edge, it looks quite perilous.
I'm sure I'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I would. Okay. Perhaps while you're descending, we might have time to discuss the.
I'm probably gonna have to focus. So we'll table that.
You could just listen about the major tenets of runic symbology.
The mental focus.
Of course.
Yeah.
I should.
Yeah.
Keep
All
quiet.
right. Valfire Owl here has found some a way down, and I think we're gonna climb down. Let's get some of that rope ready to help us out.
I have been waiting all day. I'm so tired. I'll take the rope and I'll go off and tie it to the nearest, what's it called? Stone thing. Move a stone. Tie it around. Tie my tightest knot. Shape some water around the knot and freeze it so that it's even tighter. and then I just go over the side.
Okay. So there's the lip of the canyon, and then it kind of descends, and then it goes straight down. So where are you tying the rope? Are you tying it kind of at the bottom where it goes straight down, or are you tying it at the top? Where's the rope
If
going?
we can tie it on the straight down, right?
Yeah. Is there anything there to tie to?
Yeah, there are plenty of like little outcroppings and rocks you can kind of tie it around. It's like a jaggedy, rocky kind of surface. Yeah. Okay, so as you descend to that point, I'm gonna need you all to make acrobatics checks to attempt to maintain your balance on the way down.
Okay with that.
With advantage, you said?
I did not say with advantage.
Oh, I just misheard you. It's a natural 20.
All right.
24 for
25.
4.
24. All right.
And 19.
25. And 19.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
All of you very ably pick your way down the slope and make it to the descent without much of a problem. You do find a couple of rocks like slipping and tiny little avalanches kind of flowing downward. And Lucius, from where you are, you can hear like rocks clattering against the outer ledge that you came in from. As
I'm
cast-
meditating.
Ah, got it. Okay. And
I cast shape water the last 5 feet and go pure Iceman down the slide. Just
there you go.
hey, surfs up
down the
Hey,
stairs.
I look up. I look at Lucius. Surfs up, dude. And I go sliding down the slide.
I
Like
turn
I-
to Valfire and I say, "Joke's on you," and he just sees this puff of smoke as I misty step into the cave.
No. You guys haven't gotten to the cave yet. There's
Yeah,
still like a
we're-
60-foot descent from like it
Oh.
slopes down and then it goes straight down. So you're kind of at that vertex there.
Where are the stairs in this slope down, descent down?
So the cave is 60 feet below the edge, and the stairs kind of go up about 10, 15, 20 feet above the.
Okay.
above
Yeah,
the-
we're climbing
the
down the
cave
stairs. Go.
Yeah, but it does. The stairs don't go all the way up.
Yeah, I know, with the rope.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna try to make your way to the stairs with the rope. Essentially, is what's happening, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so we're going to engage in a skill challenge for you all to try to descend appropriately and without much consequence. So
Can I? At some point, I think Lucius would be like, "Okay, I'm not gonna wait for them. I'm gonna go in."
Point of order. You said you were meditating.
That's true. He waited for a while and then he got impatient. You guys were taking a while. I was taking a while. So he went out to go see where you were.
All right.
And
we'll say that potentially in
okay, fair enough.
at some point in the skill challenge, we'll have you come in as depending on how long it takes for them to get down. All right. So for this skill challenge, you're gonna have to make 5 successes before 3 failures. The consequence of which is that you will each suffer a level of death. Each suffer a level of exhaustion before you are able to make your way to the entrance to this cave.
Okay.
I look to Rory,
Mhm.
and I touch him. I said, "Do you trust me?"
Yeah, bud, you do some weird stuff. I'm into it.
All right, and I say, "Give me a second," and I put my hands together, and I speak the hands of druidic magic, and I put my hand on his shoulder, and you see the energy flow to me, and you see Rory double in size as I cast enlarge, reduce, as he just becomes a massive bugbear.
Oh yeah, baby.
Okay.
It only lasts for a minute, so we must be quick down.
Let's go.
All right. So
you double
feel,
its size.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You feel this energy sort of course through you, and you start shaking uncontrollably before you see like your limbs just like extend even further than they normally do, and like your body just like weirdly contorts until you're like twice the size that you are now, essentially.
You
Amazing.
have advantage on strength checks and saving throws. Yep. And you
Let's climb.
double your I say, must be quick. I can only hold this spell for a minute. The moon is waning. Something with pending judgment.
It's a waning gibbons.
So Smiles is gonna turn to Rory and the group and say, "Hey, Rory, I know you tend to act brashly and really just jump right into things, but I'm really gonna implore you to be patient and be careful this time. Checking your footing and your steps to make sure that every step is sure, and that goes for the rest of you guys too.
Just take a 10. You just take a 10 seconds of the minute.
I know.
Just trying to persuade everybody to be cautious on the way.
You
down.
bet your bud.
Okay. All right. So who's gonna make the first check, the first attempt to help everybody descend safely and without?
Well, can I make that persuasion check?
You can go ahead and sure. If you want to try to make a persuasion check to encourage everyone to be calm, cautious, make good decisions.
Chill, baby, chill.
Yeah.
Eat your vegetables. Yeah. Go ahead.
That's a 28.
28. All right. I will say that the others.
DC?
I'll say that's a success. The party does sort of take heed of your words, and they use that
Focused.
information, that calming effect that you have on them, to very cautiously pick their steps as they descend.
Mhm.
All right, that's one
All right.
success.
Can I use sleight of hand to make sure I tied the rope correctly, so that it doesn't give way or anything like that?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
12.
12. So, as you are descending the rope, so is everybody using the rope to kind of descend?
Oh yeah.
What's
I would
the order?
assume that Rory's bigger than me, so I just
I'm
jump on his
I'm
back.
waiting. Like you guys are going first. I'll go last.
Oh, I was just gonna ride your back.
Oh,
Ride on
okay,
your
fine.
back.
All right.
Okay. Oh, so you're riding on his back. So as
I
you're,
just clip myself onto him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are you doing, Smiles? Are you descending
Yeah,
the rope?
You're
I'm
climbing down
I'm-
before
I'm-
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going
You
down.
go first. What if you go first and you can grab him in case he falls?
It's true. I'm going first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go down behind Rory. That sounds fine.
All right, got it. All right, so as you descend the rope, you do hear. Actually, you know what? I'll give you advantage on the check because you did use shape water to try to hold it with ice. So
Paul.
that'll certainly
Sleight
keep
of
it
hand?
a little bit more
Roll.
stable.
Paul, sleight of hand check.
But I already did one. I did another one.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
giving you advantage.
Yeah, I'm giving you advantage because you used shape water to ice it in place.
Oh, I see. Yeah, 12.
Another 12.
It
Okay.
was- No,
No,
I had
no,
the
it's a
first.
9.
The first. It was the second one was a
Oh,
9. Yeah.
got it. Okay, yeah. All right. So as you all are descending, there's a shutter underneath you, and the rope starts to slip out from the knot, and you realize, Valfire's like, oh, the rain is melting the ice, and the rope slips from its perch. What are you all doing? I'm giving you all one reaction essentially to take right now as the rope gives way and you start to just free fall into Deepborn Cleft.
Does this include me?
No, you're still in the cave.
I mean, I'm stabbing in on handholds. I already have a 10-foot reach, but now I've got I don't even know, an enlarged 10-foot reach.
Yeah. Okay.
Roger. If I'm free falling would it be possible during the free fall for me to misty step into the cave as I get close enough to it?
So it's still a little bit too. What's the range on Misty Step actually?
30 feet, but like as I fall and get close.
Okay. So.
This
Yeah,
is the
sorry,
wildy coyote.
Yeah,
I like it.
Jumps off the stone right before it falls. He should be fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. So, Mr. Roar, go ahead and make an athletics check to try to grab the wall. Valfire, you're on his back, right? So you're just kind of holding on.
I would try to cast shape water to make a platform below us if possible.
Okay.
5-foot cube.
All right.
But it would be like 10 feet below us. So we're dropping really fast. I don't
Okay.
know. I would thought about creating a slide of sorts, but I don't know if that's possible.
16.
Okay.
You said athletics, right?
Athletics 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
That's with
you-
advantage. It's a strength check, right?
That's right.
Like-
Yeah. In your
Yes.
begin
Yes,
form.
it is. Yes, it
Okay.
is.
All right. So as you as the rope just slips out from underneath you, and you start free falling, you scrabble against the rocks. You can feel your claws kind of digging in, creating like a small avalanche below you. and as you grab on, you can feel your nails getting dug out by the canyon wall, but you manage to hold on and then plant your feet inside, and then suddenly they hit something hard as you can feel the platform that Valfire has created made of ice just sort of sticking below you. Wait, how much do you weigh now?
I don't, I mean, probably like 300 pounds.
Yeah, I'll say
Well,
like...
how much did you weigh before?
I don't know.
I think you weigh like 8 times more than you did before, right? So
Oh,
it's like,
really?
You probably weigh like 600 pounds or something
Okay.
like that. So you
double.
just...
It just says double in size in weight.
Oh.
In its weight.
Yeah, but
Oh,
no,
it's
its
weight.
weight.
Square
No, its weight
volume.
is. You're right. Its weight is multiplied by 8.
8, yeah. So I'll say like you feel the ice below you, and you're just like, oh, handhold, but then it just shatters underneath your weight. But you still manage to hold on, grabbing onto the canyon wall. Your fingertips are bleeding, but you dug in there and found yourself a handhold.
I'm gonna
All
need
right.
some good berries.
Smiles. Oh yeah, sorry. Speaking of which, I'll say you take 3 points of piercing damage as you latch on and try to hold on to the wet rocky surface. Smiles, as you let go, you just kind of fall backwards. Whoa! I need you to make a perception check to see if you can see where the landing is, with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, well, it's not going to matter because the first roll was a 10, and the second one was an 11.
Okay. At this point, Lucius, you stop your meditation and you realize, dude, bro, where are these guys? And you step out onto the landing just in time to see Smiles just plummet right in front of you. What do you do?
I dive after him.
Okay. At this point, let's see. Go ahead and make a general dexterity check.
Me?
Yeah.
General dexterity 15.
15. All right. So you manage to. So within a split second, your reaction time is super fast. You see him plummet. You instantly gather the situation, and you just dive right after him, just like wings folded in, just like free falling straight down after him. And after a couple of seconds, you manage to reach him and grab onto him. What do you do?
Grab him and then keep him in my talons, my foot talons, and then I lift him back up to the platform.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
7, Rush.
7.
7.
You grab onto. You start flapping your wings as hard as you can, but the weight and the velocity is just too much at this moment, and you're being
would it be
dragged
possible once he's got me stable for me to misstep successfully?
down. Well, you did with your perception check. You didn't see where the landing was, right?
I got it. Okay.
You totally
Yeah.
missed it. Yeah. So you drag him down another I'll say free fall. You probably go another 100 or so feet before you manage to get your wings underneath you, and you're just straining to bring up the weight of Smiles and yourself in your foot talons. But you do manage to catch him and bring him back up to the landing. It is a heart-pounding moment, Smiles, as you are finally relieved to touch solid earth once more. All right, Rory, are you trying to climb back down?
Absolutely, I am.
All right.
I'm asking Owl to fly down and look at my feet placement as I'm climbing down, just to point some stuff out. Oh, that one looks loose. That one looks okay. That one's good.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, and I'm gonna need, with Valfire on your back, I'm gonna need you to continue the skill challenge since you are still trying to descend.
Yeah.
So go ahead. What check do you want to make to, or how do you want to try to continue the journey downward towards the landing?
I mean, he's just gonna keep climbing down. He's an outdoorsy guy.
You're also 16 feet tall.
Oh
right
yeah, yeah. So it's I'm kicking my feet. Yeah, exactly. I'm kicking my feet in and
you can live probably
digging in a little bit more.
There's also
okay.
You're now pretty large in relation to the space that you're in.
Basically King Kong. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and you're just trying to climb down. Go ahead and make another athletics check to try to climb. It'll be with a higher DC because you've already made an athletics check in this challenge.
That's okay, because that's a 19. And by the way, both of these times with advantage, I've rolled crit fails, but thank you for the advantage.
Amazing. All right. So you do manage to climb down, and go ahead and make a perception check with actually without you have dark vision, so go ahead and make a perception check. Yeah.
It's a 19. Yeah.
19. Very good. All right. So you do spy the landing below you and see that it's probably just about you're maybe about 30 feet away from the landing and maybe about 10 feet away from the stairs, which you are way too large to properly descend at this point. But you can certainly try.
Am I able to like Valfire King Kong, put him on the stairs and let him climb down?
Yeah, you can certainly do that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Valfire. So Roar lifts you off his back, puts you on the top of the stairs. You can actually make it down without further issue if you'd like.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, so you walk down. All right, Roar, go ahead and how do you want to try to descend going forward?
How is the entrance to the cave like bigger than I am?
The entrance to the cave is marginally bigger than you are. You'd have to kind of squeeze a little bit to get through.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna get down as far as I can and then jump and try and like get in there.
Okay. The landing outside will afford you enough space to kind of get there.
Okay.
Just
Well,
going
I'm
into the
jumping
cave
down.
itself. Yeah. All right.
Jumping down.
So go ahead and make another athletics check if you're trying to jump
Athletics
down.
or acrobatics?
It is athletics to jump, and with an even higher DC this time.
It was a 1 and a 3 for a 4.
Oh, okay.
That's 3 1s in a row on advantage rolls.
Okay.
I'm gonna create a slide. Another slide.
Yeah.
Lots of ice slides.
Right.
Yeah.
He basically jumps down past you as you kind of go down the stairs, and you hit the landing. It wasn't hard to miss, but you do slip and fall straight onto your bum.
Yep.
And you take an additional 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the landing hard.
Yeah.
But at this point, we'll say that all of you were able to make it down to the landing without further issue and are standing there in front of the cave.
Whoa, Rory, man, like you're like huge, bro.
I know, right? Look at this, and then
What
I'll
happened, man?
just shrink. I'll sneeze. I want to sneeze and I'll shrink. All right.
Yeah. There you go. You sneeze.
There you are, bro.
Smiles seeing that tries
like
to sneeze
back
as
then.
well and is surprised to see that he's the exact same size as he was.
Yeah. Oh well, that was fun. Lucius, what do we got down here, bud?
Don't know, man. Waited for you. Did a lot of meditating. Dried off my monk clothes.
Okay.
They were pretty dirty. Let me just tell you, when I squeezed them out, that water was not clear.
Not clear.
Yeah, I didn't recognize you at all. Usually I can smell you from a distance.
Yeah, man.
But
it's
a whole different Lucius right now.
I'm gonna have to change my quarterly bath schedule, man.
Wet bird Lucius. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I say that, but it's not great. I'm gonna cast bonfire in the middle of the little hallway here just to light it up and see what we can see here.
Okay, yeah. So you cast bonfire in the middle of the hall, and the eerie, sort of spooky glow from these magical runes that were kind of illuminating the walls sort of vanishes as the bonfire creates a larger source of light for you to kind of look down. Basically, what you see is this long hallway, about actually, you probably would have been able to fit in your large form. So I'll let you keep that if you want to keep it.
Well, it's only for a minute, so.
Oh,
It's
that's
only a
right,
minute. It must be
Fair
done
enough,
by now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So as you look down the hall, you see a 20-foot wide hallway with all these magical runes sort of carved on the sides, on the walls, previously illuminating the area in sort of this eerie glow, but the bonfires kind of made it bright. You can see at the end of the hallway, about 50-60 feet, is a set of double doors that appear to be shut. And maybe about 20-30 feet on the right-hand side of the hallway, you see a pile of rubble just kind of strewn about across the floor. And then another 10 or so feet beyond that, on the left-hand side, you see another pile of rubble strewn across the floor, both kind of like along where the wall ought to be, like sort of two piles of rubble.
I'm going to walk up to the pile of rubble, pick up as much as I can, and throw it out the front.
Out the front of...
is it like a small pile of rubble?
It is it looks like it's pretty considerable, actually.
Oh, I mean, I'll take what I can lift in one set, and then toss it out the front.
Okay. As you walk down the hallway,
Did you not see him glance to his right, he's looking at a game map.
I know, but I don't want to be caught with these rock monsters again, so I'm just gonna throw them out.
Oh, I see.
So as you walk down the hallway towards the rubble on the right, one of the magical runes next to you starts to spark and glow as you approach, and suddenly, as you get near it, it starts to flicker wildly, and a huge gout of sparks just shoots out kind of close to your face.
Oh yeah, bros, there's these runes in here, man. I forgot to tell you, bros.
From the end of the hall, the door starts to glow. A circle starts to glow on the door, just manifests out of nowhere, and 3 magical darts sail out of the darkness towards you and hit you unerringly. And you end up taking.
Did you react if you wanted to and cast shield?
It's a magic missile type thing.
It's magic missile, yeah. You take 3, 4, and 3 points from one dart, 4 points from another, and 2 points from the third.
Niner. Cool.
One point of order: if you did cast shield, it would automatically block that.
Oh, you could, yeah. You could take a reaction to cast shield if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm casting shield. Going
okay.
crazy here.
So as the darts sail towards you, right before they impact, you cast the familiar magical barrier. They just kind of explode into harmless arcane sparks against your shield.
I'm gonna take a step back. It's been 7 hours, you said. I mean, I need to recast mage armor, so I'm doing that right now as well.
Okay, you step back and cast mage armor on yourself.
First successful point of order in this episode.
Yep, I like it.
Cool.
All right, well, I'm clearly going to look at this rune next to me that was sparking up and...
Chuck Norris likes it.
Figure it out, boys. Okay. Yeah, I want to look at this rune next to, that was sparking and see what I can... See if I recognize it.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. Cool. That's the 4th crit fail I've rolled tonight for a 7.
Yeah. Very clearly, it must be a trap of some kind, but you do not recognize the nature of this rune.
Raj.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna go. Okay, guys, let's think here for a little bit. Smiles, I liked your idea about thinking here. I'm gonna sit and see if I can't pop some magic stuff, and I'm gonna ritually cast detect magic over 10 minutes as you guys do what you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we just stay here near the entrance of the cave, and we have a little long rest.
Throw the rocks out. No, wait,
Raj,
no, we can't get to them. Never mind.
Raj, I'm trying to visualize what we're looking at. We're looking at a hallway that's how long?
It looks like it's about 50, 60 feet long that ends in a set of double doors.
Okay.
It's about 20 feet. It's about 20 feet wide. And along the sides are all these arcane runes, many of which are non-functioning, some of them which are glowing dimly, and then a few are like kind of sparking wildly, creating sort of like strobe effect.
So and then the rubble is randomly strewn about, or like...
Yeah. So the rubble, actually, as you got closer to it, Roar, what you could see was that the rubble was actually chunks of the wall that had given way, and you can see sort of like a cavern, or not a cavern, but a tunnel towards the left and the right sides where the walls used to be. There's like tunnels, like natural stone tunnels that kind of go left and right.
Oh, okay, cool.
While this is going on, I never got a short rest, so I just literally take out my pack and just lie like on my pack while these guys figure stuff out.
Okay,
cool. See if I can get an hour by.
Yeah. Well, sorry. Go ahead. You don't do anything else before the 10 minutes are up when he casts detect magic?
Yeah, and no, I don't have detect magic, but I want to know when did the darts trigger? When he walked past the first symbols?
The runes that look like they triggered the trap are one of several of many runes. It's not the very first set of runes that that are along the hallway. Yeah.
So he walked past a couple that were glowing, and then one of them all of a sudden looked like it might have been the trigger.
Yeah, something like that. Okay.
Can I inspect the first rune?
The very first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bros, man.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
15.
Whatever this rune was, it looks like something has kind of destroyed it. It's not it doesn't seem to be magical anymore. There's some scuff mark or something that has kind of slashed across it. Like it looks like several. It looks like someone took several like awls or spikes of some kind and just kind of like hacked and slashed at it, and then the rune does not appear to be active anymore. Whatever it was.
So first rune inactive. Second rune, like I'm gonna walk to the first inactive, but not like go up to it. I'm gonna walk just shy of it.
The first active rune.
First active rune, yeah.
The first active one is the one that Roar went nearby that seemed to trigger the trap.
Okay. I'm not gonna get as close as Rory did, but I'm just gonna look at it and see if I recognize it at all.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check as you get to keep a healthy distance away.
9.
Doesn't look like it's anything that you can make out.
Rory, man, does this look familiar to you?
He's ritually casting detect magic at this point.
Okay, he's meditating.
Yeah.
And Valfire's like totally like patching himself up. Smiles, no good. I guess it's up to me once again. How close is the rubble?
The rubble's probably another 10 feet beyond where the rune is.
Okay.
I open up one eye and I say, "Is this a time for Owl to win?"
I mean,
Send in Owl.
I think if what you're saying, man, it's like bird time, then I'm your man. I'm your Huckleberry. All right. So Lucius will. How close is the rubble to where I'm?
You're about 10 feet away from the rubble. On the first pile of rubble on the right.
So I'm going to take a couple steps back, plant my feet, and go, bros, wish me luck. And I'm gonna like jet into the hole where the rubble was without trying to get hit by the darts.
Okay. So as you move closer to the rune and try to jet past it and go into the tunnel on the side, a circle does appear on the door once more and fires out 3 darts at you. And as you do, as you kind of like careen around and go in, you're trying to get into the tunnel on the right. As you do so, you step into the tunnel. The darts come sailing down the hallway and curve around the corner and hit you all in the back as you try to dodge. But they strike at you unerringly. You take 5 points of damage from the first dart, 4 points from the second, and another 4 from the third.
All right. But nothing else happens.
Nothing else happens for the moment. You're now standing inside what looks to be like a natural stone tunnel that's actually very short, only about like 4 to 5 feet high. So you're having to sort of crouch down inside of it.
Okay. I light a second torch.
Okay.
And then hold it up. How is the tunnel level? Like, is it curved? Like, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, the tunnel is fairly level. It goes maybe about 10 or 15 feet straight before it sort of curves sharply to the left.
Okay. I like don't peek my head out, but I basically say, "Bros, I made it. I didn't die. But like, don't know if this is the right way. What do you want me to do? Stop casting those stupid spells.
Come back and let's rest."
I think if I come back, I'm gonna get hurt more.
Well, that's fine because then you'll have a rest.
All right. So as this is going on, we'll say Horror, your spell, you go through the casting of the spell and your detect magic comes up. So as you come to consciousness out of your meditation, you look around and through your eyes you can see the glowing rune symbols all before you. There are 4 of them in particular along the walls, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, sort of at various intervals, that bear an abjuration school of magic, school of like aura around them.
Would I know enough about how to deactivate these things without dispelling them?
You could either make a sleight of hand check, disarming a trap is what is the check used to disarm a trap? Is that just a dexterity check?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I would
Wait,
imagine.
'cause
Dexterity for sure.
depends the type of trap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could just certainly try to make an Arcana check to disable these traps of a magical nature. Yeah.
Yeah. I will scoot up to that first one again and try and do that.
I'll put my
Okay.
hand up on his shoulder. Did you finish casting?
Yeah, detect magic. Yeah.
I'll put my hand on your shoulder. And just describe, me and Rory are kind of at the very beginning of this 60-foot hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where's Lucius?
I just want to say
Lucius-
that Lucius and Smiles continue their discussion about like where Lucius is like, no man, I think we should be in this tunnel, and Smiles is probably like, Lucius, my friend, you need to come back here. You need to come back and we can heal. Now is the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is just
Time to be together.
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
just going
and
back and
so-
forth,
Yeah,
echoing
yeah,
throughout
exactly.
the time.
No man, this tunnel is where we go.
Balfour's like, I really could have used short rest, but let me try this. And he, his small druid form, he starts his favorite spell, Shape Water, and he creates 3 circular balls that can spin, because he can create any shapes he wants. And he just unleashes 3 balls down the ice that can animate and walk. I'll read you the spell. It says, you can cause water to form simple shapes and animate it at your direction. This chain lasts for 1 hour. So, simple shapes, circular balls, and animate them. So they have little legs and they just go running down the hallway.
The legs don't feel simple.
Well, what kind of shapes? Little
Simple
figures?
shapes and animate at your direction. Okay. Yeah, I'll buy it.
What I'm picturing is like, if you don't want to do little shapes, balls that are like have pieces that could just spin.
Sure.
So and they just spin them down the hallway.
Yeah, sure. I like
And
it. I
that-
think it's cool. All right, so you okay, so you create 3 little ice balls from the water. You animate them and have them kind of like, roll down the hallway. They roll all the way down the hallway, and they with 3 sort of solid little thump thump thump, they hit the wooden doors at the end of the hallway.
All right, now I'll have them come back.
Okay.
And then I'll disperse them back in the water, and I'll see, does anyone have any meat?
All right, so go ahead and make an Arcana check for
yeah.
the first trap.
11
First
plus
one they
6, 17.
17. So you realize that this is a very intricate trap, but there is a key sort of stroke within the rune that, knowing once you kind of erased it or deface it a little bit, the whole rune will lose its power, and you do so. And the rune just like powers down and is no longer glowing.
1 by 1, baby. 1 by 1, doing them.
Okay. You make your way to the next rune, which is on the right wall, on the left wall this time, a few more feet down. And you pass by Lucius as you walk by. You can see him kind of huddling in this 5-foot cave, shouting. It's like, "Come over here, bro!
Hey, Lucius.
I imagine I'm shouting, and then like my shouting dies down. I'm like, bros, you should. Oh, what are you doing walking by? Oh, you're
I'm
not getting
fixing
hit.
it.
And
I'm
he like
fixing
crawls
it.
out.
Okay. Yeah, so you go over to the next rune. Go ahead and make another Arcana check. And wow.
For a
Have
7.
you retired any die?
I'm gonna retire that one tonight.
Okay.
Retire that one tonight.
Yeah,
5
you
ones.
you study this rune, and this one escapes you. There's something about it, some complexity to it that you're not quite getting.
So
I'm gonna
seeing what Rory's doing, I'm like, Smiles thinks to himself and he says, and I shape change into Rory,
Okay.
and I walk up behind him. I say, "Oh, whoa, hey there, guy. What you doing here? And you looks like you could need some help with that one there.
Hey, handsome.
And hey, oh, hi. How are you doing? You look so smart. What were you doing with this rune here?"
Well, okay, so here's the deal. I can't figure this one out, but it's like my dad always said, if you can't do something smart, just it up. And I'll take my rapier
yeah,
and just
you know,
scratch at it.
I heard that one too. It's a good thought there. Way to go there, Rory.
Okay.
And I take a stab at it and see if I can disable it.
Okay. As you're trying to make an Arcana check to disable it, Rory starts scratching at the rune with his rapier. And before you even get a chance to look, a gout of flame just emerges from the rune, spanning across the hall. And I need you both to make dexterity saving throws.
Dex save. 14.
8.
Okay.
But I do have absorb elements. So.
Okay. So you are successful, Smiles, as you see the thing start to light up and you're like, oh no! You kind of like duck, mostly in time. Roar, on the other hand, as you're kind of like slashing at it, you don't even see the sparks. You think it's just sparks coming from the blade hitting the stone, but the equivalent of a cone of fire, essentially like a burning hand spell, comes jutting out at the two of you. For 10 points of fire damage to you, Roar, and 5 points of fire damage to you, Smiles.
Oh, that's a hot one there, bud, huh?
I'm just going to take it. I was born in the fire.
That was a scorcher, you know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that didn't work. That didn't work. You know what? Maybe, Lucius, maybe you have the right idea. Maybe we're going to explore that cave there. I don't know.
Right, though.
I mean,
so can I take a look and try to disable this rune? Is that possible?
Yeah, you can now that the fire has died down, yeah.
Yeah, let me just take a look here.
Okay, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Yeah, let me check with that Arcana. But it's going to be a 4 for checking.
Yeah, there's some complexity to this that you're not quite getting.
Hey, Roar, I don't know if just being you lets me figure these things out, though.
Roger, I'm good. Lucius is just gonna kind of understand that they're trying to scrape something. He's just gonna throw 2, throwing stars at him.
I've backed away.
Okay.
Yeah, me too there.
Okay, you two are backing away. Lucius, as you throw, go ahead and make, give me however many throwing stars you're making, go make attack rolls for them.
Okay. That is a 24 and a 23.
Okay, both hit. Go ahead and roll damage for both of those.
Were you throwing these against the rune that they were?
Yeah, I'm trying to like cut the rune on the wall.
Yeah, you show them there, buddy.
But
one is for 6 and one is for 9 damage.
Okay. So with unknowing pinpoint accuracy, your throwing stars actually hit the exact point that you were supposed to have defaced to disable this rune. And as both throwing stars strike, the first one, like another gout of flame comes out, but the two of you have kind of escaped the radius. And the second one comes in actually just dismantles the whole thing. And the rune just powers down and is no longer illuminated.
I'm going to make my way into the cave and look at Lucius and say, hey, though, you think we could maybe make a long rest in here, though?
Lucius goes, bros, you figured out the path. And then he grabs his throwing stars and continues just throwing stars at the next symbol.
Well, you actually don't know where they are. Only Rory can see them because he's got the detect.
Rory, where's the next one, man? I got this.
Well, hang on. I feel like we can do better. Hey, Smiles, come help me out with this one. You're gonna
better than what I just did, man. Pinpoint accuracy.
Oh yeah, sure. I would love to go do bugbear stuff. It's lots of good learning for me, and you're such a good teacher.
Okay.
I can't see any of the runes.
No, because Roar can only see them with his detect magic spell.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
All right, there, buddy. Let's go up and figure out where's the next one, though.
I'll try and describe it to him as I'm looking at it and try and figure out how to mess with it.
Yeah. So you can point it out. It's again on the left-hand side of the wall, past the first tunnel, past the second tunnel on the left.
Be ready to run.
What did I say? It's on the right-hand side of the tunnel past the first cave, past. There's a tunnel on the right and a tunnel on the left. It's past both of those on the right-hand wall.
Yep. This is how you do science: is you mess up sometimes, but Arcana advantage.
Arcana.
I would like to help you there, buddy, and give you encouraging words and make sure you can do it just right there.
Okay. So yeah, you can have advantage
with advantage.
16. Yeah, you managed to disable this rune successfully before the trap went off. You're getting a sense that there's a theme to some of these. There was sort of like a force theme to the first one. There was a fire theme to the second one. Now that you've kind of had time to think about it, this third one had sort of an ice cold related theme to it.
Well, one point of order. What happened to Owl? What happened to Owl when the fire hit Rory?
Owl's just flapping around right now. He's just in the cave. He's not.
What
He's
are you
not,
doing? What are you doing, Paul? Why are you Agent of Chaos?
He's not in there with me. He's still flapping around.
Paul, you have to answer make those statements. You have to start them with point of order. What happened to Owl?
Didn't I say that? I thought I said point of order.
You did not say point of order. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, we'll go to the last one, and I'll tell you what, Smiles, I could use some inspiration for this one.
Oh yeah, you betcha. You know, you're one of the biggest bears and the smartest bears and the buggiest of bears.
You had me at biggest.
Yeah, you betcha.
All right, so you feel inspired with his words. You will make an extra special effort at this Arcana check, I imagine?
Yes. I mean, it's a 25.
25, all right. Go ahead.
That was the best one you've done yet. I thought I was already impressed before, but now you've just impressed me to the most.
It's a good team. It's a good team. 2 bugbears.
It is a good team. Two good, best team. Great team. Make the team great again.
All right. So as you disable the last rune, you get the sense that this one has sort of a lightning sort of theme to it, but you manage to kind of scratch out the vital marking, and the room just powers down and is no longer illuminated. As you do this, a strange sound starts to echo throughout the tunnel, a sort of clacking of something hard against the stone, and it's difficult to tell where it's coming from. At first, it sounds like it's coming from behind you, from the entrance to the tunnel, the hallway. But then it's more like a.
No, we can't hear you.
The noise canceling of Zoom is like very good.
You have to turn it off.
No, nothing.
No.
All right. All right. It's the sound. No, it's not like that. It's the sound of like many sort of feet almost clacking against the stone floor, and you look behind you, and it's not there. And then you hear it echoing from the hallway on the left, and there's nothing there. And then from the hallway on the right, and there's nothing there. And it sounds like it's kind of coming from all around you now. And then slowly crawling out of both tunnels, you see a horde of these tiny, chitinous-looking creatures with 6 legs and long, protruding spikes from their backs. They look almost like these armored little reptiles with these massive jaws and these swirling tongues that are kind of licking at like acid that's kind of like dripping from their maws. And you see that they spread out in sort of a horde across the floor and make their way to try to devour the fleshy living creatures that have just entered their domain. And when we start next week, we will roll for initiative to find out what happens in this conflict.
God bless America. God bless America.
Oh, are those bugs? Those aren't bugbears. Those are bugs.
Those are bugbear eating bugs, I think.
Oh, you mean like bug lizards?
I don't know.
Raj, I assume we're surrounded. Like they blocked the exit.
Yeah, there's just a mass of them that have just entered and are just kind of like surrounding you all. Yeah.
Lovely.
Point of order,
Admiral Akbar when we need him?
It's a trap!
Point of order, did I get the sounds right at the end of the little feet?
I don't remember what you did at the end.
It was just a tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, that's closer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you try one more time, Rush?
No.
You have to turn on original sound to make it work.
Original sound. Next time it is.
And next week we'll have original sound.
That's right. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with the conclusion of this encounter.
I'm gonna get eaten.
If you don't get eaten. All right. Thanks, everyone.